We're all just gonna have to accept that you can't change the past. We have to move on to a brand new future. A future without D4 Season 2. Just accept that some dark dreams do die. No, I'm not gonna let go of the past. I can change it. I swear I can. I will never accept D4 Season 2's cancellation. For as long as there's air in these lungs, I'm gonna keep searching for D. And I think I found it. Oh my God, what is this?
Here you go. One corn dog with the rarest Szechuan sauce of all time.
Oh my God. A classic corn dog right out of the picture books. Ooh, I can hardly wait to slide that wiener into my mouth to lick off all that sauce.
Oh dear God, no! This wasn't the D I was looking for! In conclusion, it seems like Microsoft still has a lot of work to do in terms of preservation on their platforms. Thankfully, they've publicly acknowledged they have these problems and they are working towards some solutions. Only time will tell if they ever do solve them. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I've been Hikiko. Phil-sama! Is that you?
Hey son, I just warped here from the future to give my personal thanks for preserving the Xbox. We really red-ringed the situation in a manner of speaking. Sorry about that.
Oh, no apologies necessary. I just love video games and I want them to be preserved now and in the future. And now.
Nonsense. I didn't time travel all this way just to shine your balls. I owe a debt and I intends to pay it. You get one wish. Anything you want.
Anything? Anything?
Hurry it up now. I don't have all day, even though I technically have the ability to move freely through the fourth dimension.
Fourth dimension? 4D. Well, there is this one thing.
Go on. Wish, boy. Whatever you want.
Okay, I wish for D4 Season 2.
Mecha Lecca Hi, Mecha Microsoft. Pick up D4 story where Season 1 left off. Go on, son. Check your games library. Make sure your console is set to home now.
Oh my God. It's there. This is literally the best day of my life.
Finally, the time has come again. He has awakened. Everyone thought he was gone, forgotten. And many said,
El Rey? Who are you talking about?
That voice, it sounds so familiar. Where have I heard it before? Oh no.
How exactly does this work now?
You need to relax.
Oh my God, no! Stop! Just stop it! Why does this keep happening?
Tricked ya. Monkey paw wish, bitch. Bye!
Phil-sama, why? This wasn't the D I was looking for!
Okay, all ready to go? Let's get started!
I'll start the game.
It's I, David Young, detective of the past. Here I am. That reverb is intentional because I'm speaking inside my head. The only D4 fan. I'm the biggest D4 fan in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cool Stream. Here he is. It's that boy once again. Detective David Young, Hikiko. How's it going? Chat, look at all these people in here. 30 people. Shout out to Frog Minutes, the biggest D4 stream in the world. Some might even say the universe. We got Sand and Sense in here. Yes, Let It Die is still a thing. Still going on. We have Gun Plus Skate, Past Detective, Past Hikiko. I was investigating my D4 video. I was investigating D4 Season 2. And I found a clip from my review that has never been seen before. We may be able to show that here tonight on the stream. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Do you like my apartment? You like my apartment here in Thompsonville? A suburb of Boston? Boston. Yo, Jam. Good morning, Jam. Good morning. Yo, from Track Ready, from Lawrence. We got Track Ready in here. Good life spotted. Oh no. It's never a good life when you're playing that. Take it from me. Okay. This is it. This is the real deal. We're gonna crack the case tonight. Oh boy. Alright, so tonight's stream drink. I don't know if you can see it here in the camera, but we got Peaches, her favorite. Her very favorite. Reminds me of her every time. Ghost energy drink, just like my wife. The ghost, the specter that haunts me day in and day out. Let's crack her open, shall we? Oh, let her rip. Ah. Yeah, I think I performed that QTE 100% sync. In sync. Oh boy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the void space. We got real blood over here. You'll notice here on the monitor, there's a giant Kinect. It is true to life. That is what is going on here in my very apartment. We've got the Kinect there. It's like 4 times the diameter of my television bezel. I had to buy a stand, cheap Chinese stand. That's where we're at. And the name of the game is Kinect. So we got to do everything wirelessly. So let's try it out, shall we? We also got a goal. If you give a shit, if we get 10 super chats, we go the investigation. The Boston PD gets its funding for the night, and we get an extra hour. And that's how we're gonna do it. Okay. Xbox. Play D4. Dark Dreams Don't Die. Xbox. Play D4. Xbox. Play D4. Technical difficulties. Xbox. Go to D4. Dark Dreams Don't Die. We did it! The technology works, folks. I just had to get the magic spell correctly. We had to get the right phrasing. It was all me. It was user error. All right, she gave this to me. Ever since she died, time has stopped for me. Oh man, it's been 10 years. 10 years since this game came out. A younger Hikiko. A more optimistic Hikiko. Went out and he bought an Xbox One and a Kinect. For SWERY. For SWERY. I don't think, all Bostonians have a speech impediment, but we're going to try our best not to insult anyone, all right? Here we are. And we're in. Just like that. We're here playing the Kinect at its most realized potential. Only SWERY. Only SWERY gave a shit. Oh, my. We got some funding for the Boston PD. From your dicks. Your dicks. I hope I'm... Your dricks. Your dricks. In the future, all murders will be solved this way. Yes, I believe there was something similar in Heavy Rain. Thank you so much. Let's give you a little heart. I can give you a heart. There we go. The little Hikiko stamp. Branding of approval. So here we are. Interactive loading screens. This is the future. Look at this, by the way. Left hand, right hand. Play whichever way you want. We're going right hand, though. Oh, Jesus. Now I got to get a controller. We'll just get the one from 2019 or 2022. I guess 2019 is back when I was making that video on this. So let's go ahead and do that one. Sync it up. All right, now back into the game mode. We got another super chat from Hermit Pure Entertainment. Thank you. Thank you. Blessings upon you, Hermit. Is that the same Hermit as the Hermit Archives? We got 2 Hermits in there. Okay, so this is Dark Dreams Don't Die. Dark Dreams Don't Die by, I think his name is SWERY. SWERY, 65. SWERY's a really weird guy. Okay, that's enough. He's from Seattle, I believe. So we're going to start a new game from the top, and then we're going to crack it open. I actually downloaded Season 2. I got a beta build of Season 2 we're going to go through tonight. Okay, here we are. So you can't really interact with too much here. That's the credits. I didn't mean to click that. You got to get your bearings in the 4th dimension here. So we're going to go to a new game. How's the audio coming in? Do we need a little gain on the game? Let's get the gain on the game going here. It's a very cinematic game. You want to hear the story. Don't believe that warning screen there. This is completely factual, based in reality.
This is a story of a man with a very strange fate.
Hey,
That man right there.
it's like I've grown wings.
You'll notice in this scene that the opera lady stops singing the moment the bullet fires. That is intentional. Techno Ouchie composed the soundtrack for D4 Season 1. One of one. It's a fantastic soundtrack. One of my favorites. I use it in every video. Who wants to play? Only me. Okay. I don't know why I needed to ask that question in the middle of the cutscene. That's right. I'm D4's only fan. She looks so familiar. It couldn't be. Now, this is a matter of debate. Some people think that's Forrest Case in there. It wouldn't make too much sense, timeline-wise, if that was Forrest Cason. Like, why would he age in reverse? Unless present Forrest Cason was also dropped into the past, but we may never know. Okay, so this is D4. Look at the minimal UI elements right now. That's about to change. So you take your hand, like so, and you can hover over these objects like this, and you get a little pop-up description. You get some little adjectives there. So it's frozen. Can I grab it? Can I push it? So you gotta highlight all the objects here. These are credits. This is the currency in the game. You use it at Amanda's store. So if you want to grab an object, like this here, you just close your hand. Pushing is a little difficult. I remember back when I first played this game, I always had some trouble like getting the sensor to recognize the depth, like going in. But you can lean your body to move the camera. SWERY really thought of everything. So we're gonna go and get these credits over here. Beep. That's one right there. And then we're gonna use our left hand on this one. So you can highlight it there. Credits, simple design. And that's all there is to it, folks. Use your imagination. So, we're gonna change our perspective. I love that. I really see a ton of potential in Dark Dreams Don't Die. I think about this game all the time. It ain't just a meme. This is like one of those things, like everyone's like, you know, I think about this all the time. I really do. I never stop thinking. I never stop searching for D. All right, so we're going to push this snowball. Yes. Yeah. Now we're gaming in 2012, 2014, I believe. Now we're gaming in 2014. Daddy, he's looking at me. Seems worried. Always nice. Love you. So, some people think that's forced casing. I can kind of see it. But there would be a situation where the present forced casing lost about 100 pounds and was dropped in the past to raise little Peggy. And that's all. That's a whole can of worms I don't want to get into right now. But this is how you move around. It's not like Rise of Nightmares. You don't have to move your legs. You just choose where you want to go and you click. You can also sit down. As the cat demonstrated in the beginning of the game, you can sit down. I'm not going to be sitting down because I ain't a bitch. So the objective here is to get closer to the owl. But remember, you can change your perspective. So you can like look for like little details. You'll notice in the credits too that all the D's are highlighted with a bold red D. So yeah, it's important to take a look at everything highlighted. This is what we call being in sync with the game world. All right, here we go. There's also like an achievement for getting like most of the identifiers here. SWERY painstakingly wrote every single one of those descriptions of the items there. So those little pop-up things, I tried doing that in After Effects. It's not easy. It's not easy, folks, but I got some footage showing you how I did it, though. You can make those pop-up things, though, with what they call that point tracking in Adobe After Effects. Point tracking. As in, you paint a target, and then you have those lines kind of follow the target there. We're not going to do this just yet, because there's some credits. I see some credits. Okay, let's grab that one. Credits. Simple design. Here we are. There's the owl. White owls. SWERY named his new company after white owls. And I think it's because he went to an owl cafe. I don't know if he went to the same owl cafe I did, but on my Twitter, I tried to like recreate SWERY's owl picture. You can see him like with a white owl. And I went to this owl cafe and I tweeted at him. I was like, hoot hoot. And I guess he liked it. I don't know. But SWERY likes white owls. What's the significance of the white owl here? You'll find out. So you can either push it or grab it. I'm going to push it. And this is the catalyst for all the events that play afterwards. This is a critical moment. Beautiful, cute, soft. All the textures. Descriptors. Notice how a white owl feather dropped off the owl there. What are you talking about? Season 2 will never happen. Season 2 is now. We're living it. The frozen deer on there with the antlers, that always disturbed me. All right, we're returning from a dive. Assume the position. I don't have any bubble gum. I always love this intro. Okay. And we're gonna hit our head on the porcelain there. Okay. Okay, so we got a QTE. We gotta wave both arms to wake up. Wake up, David. Everyone say, wake up, David. Strawberry flavor. I love the interactive cutscenes. Just like having that a little additional bit of context adds that flavor, that detail to SWERY's worlds. Peak SWERYism on display.
Little Peggy.
Somebody says this game feels like it has a lighter tone compared to DP. I don't know about that.
Former narc with the Boston PD.
It's actually this one. Right,
Now
right eye.
detective who searches the past. My likes include 100% date.
Oh, I get.
Agave tequila. My dislikes are mainly drugs and chewing gum. 2 years ago, someone killed my wife. Since then, I've been using every second of my life to solve a case. Using a certain
Director SWERY.
special power.
I tried to get a reverb filter for my microphone for this stream. And plugging in a reverb filter in OBS is just insane. Like trying to get it perfect. So we were going to actually do this in reverb. So the best way I could do it was like duplicate my mic, and that's just too insane for a little stream like this. Anyway, so here we are in Thompsonville, Massachusetts. It's a suburb of Boston. This is actually in Deadly Premonition 2, by the way. We're in David's bathroom. This is the scene of the murder. Which hand? There we go. There we go. I switched up the hands there. I got confused. So you can observe various things in here. David Young is a pre-diabetic. He's got reactive hypoglycemia. And every action you do, every gesture you do, he gets a little more tired and you can actually pass out and die. So you got to constantly eat in this game, and that's why I'm a fan of it. All right, let's check out this mirror. Broken mirror, reminder of that day.
My head is full of memories of my wife.
And I'm leaning, and the camera's moving, folks. This is the true potential of the Kinect realized. This is actually taken almost verbatim from Memento. I pointed that out in the video, but that's what happens to Guy Pearce's character in Memento. They just slam his head against the mirror, and bad things happen thereafter. But that's SWERY for ya. Rusty leather, all dirty, no longer used. We're gonna sit on the toilet.
A gift is an expression of emotion. The person who sends it wants the feelings to be understood. Sometimes, however, those feelings remain in a slightly different form. I call these forgotten treasures mementos.
Do you see the two fingers, by the way? There's a hidden gesture called the two fingers. And I'm not really sure, like, you see it on the screen there. I know that's really hard to see. But David is always touching his scar. And nobody knows about this shit, by the way, because the game doesn't really tell you about the two fingers gesture. And I imagine that was supposed to be used in some form. Maybe it shows up in a QTE, but it's so obscure and weird that nobody knows about two fingers gesture. All right. So here are all the mementos, and you can take a closer look. Has anyone hacked the PC version to have Kinect support? Because I would love to, because the PC version 60 frames. But you can see all the different mementos over there. These are all the past dives that David did. And there's one special one for Deadly Premonition fans right here. Now, I don't know if I can take a closer look inside there. Permanent bloodstain. My wife died here. So in this flashback, look in the tub. Look in the tub. What's she sitting next to? Them red seeds.
Everyone has their own place to work. A small desk in an office.
I missed it.
A molten pot factory. A quiet library. The register in the supermarket. Or in the middle of an intersection. In bed. On a golf course. A kitchen. For some, it's the whole town. From the day she died, this has been my place to work.
So there's a trophy down there, a wrench. You got the red seeds in the bathtub, a little Easter egg for you Deadly Premonition fans. It's not the only one. There's multiple Deadly Premonition connections in D4. You would know that if you played Deadly Premonition 2, A Blessing in Disguise, which I have right here. Does the Kinect recognize that trash? Here we go. It ain't that bad, but it ain't that good either. Bathroom door. Prints from 2 people. I wonder which 2, huh?
No results this time either. This case is in the clear.
Okay. So David's apartment here is one of my all-time favorite locations. There's just so much tactile consideration put into like how SWERY designed all the QTEs. If you watch my video, you'll note that like SWERY actually had a very complex gesture system in place, and he felt that people would get tired playing it, so he simplified things to make it more accessible. But this game was originally developed for the Xbox 360 Kinect, which is way worse, by the way. I did buy the 360 Kinect at launch. It's really garbage compared to 2.0. 2.0 just did not have the support. I mean, like, really all they had to do was just make D4. Just continue on that, and I figure it would be a success, because the 2.0 is actually pretty good. But this here on the picture wall, you can see over here we got Forrest and young David, Peggy as a cheerleader, the wedding, Amanda the cat in cat form, all these happy memories. Let's check out his bedroom.
I need to clear this case.
Okay, let's do the prologue before we go to the bedroom and do the fun stuff, I guess. It still looks pretty good, though. The cell shading allows this game to feel timeless. All right. It wants me to do the special vision power. You can see it right there, but I'll show you what that's like. Just a second. Let's get a good vantage point. So this is David's apartment. It's similar in design and floor pattern as Francis Zach Morgan's in Deadly Premonition 2. They live in the same building. David lives one floor up. This is the vision. The vision allows you to see everything that's interactable in the room. Just in case you wanted to know. If you're ever lost, just like look through your binoculars and you'll find it. It's a really fun interactive world. Also, if you see Clover's, Clovers are a connection to little Peggy, so if you go and interact with anything that has clovers, you're going to find out something about little Peggy's life. Alright, let's take a look over here. These magazines in the game are related to SWERY's fascination. Like, they talk about cryptocurrency. SWERY was trying to tip you off into investing into Bitcoin. One of the books is about FX trading. I should have listened back then in 2014. SWERY was trying to tell me. One of them was about hockey. This one's about the paranormal. I believe this is about the real blood murders. Human combustion. Gotcha. So you can read the files kind of like this. We're not going to read the files today. We read the files in the SWERY files. I think it's over here. There's a statue of Willie right over there. Hold on. Let's lean our bodies. You see right over there on that right speaker? That's a Dalmatian. That's Willie from Deadly Premonition, making a cameo. You won't find that in any other stream, folks. We got 8 super chats to go. 8 super chats to go, and we can extend this investigation by an hour. Get some potato chips. Okay. We'll watch the television. Look at all the VHS tapes he has. A real cinephile. Sebastian the Sleuth is kind of the tutorial guy for D4. I believe he was going to have like a bigger presence later on in 2. Amanda, the white cat, has heterochromia. Heterochromia means you have 2 different colors of eyes. So the actual cat that Peggy and David had also resembles a character that we'll see later on. There's a squirrel over there too. We'll interact with the squirrel. Tail is wet. I didn't mean it. We're watching TV again. I didn't mean to do that.
He's also a detective. Huh. Just rewrites.
That's Boston out there. For some reason, my Kinect is constantly doing vision mode. It's probably because I keep messing around. So you get items added to your scrapbook. There's a whole bunch of files that you can get in here. There's also a calorie counter. Everything you eat in the game is tracked. It's really unique. You can unlock the entire soundtrack and listen to it over here on the record player. If you go on the YouTube page for Dark Dreams Don't Die, this is how they uploaded the soundtrack to the game. They just recorded some in-game footage, so when you put a record down, like you got some spy fiction tracks. I don't know if there's some Deadly Premonition tracks, but we'll spin something here. All of them like have different colors on the label. Let's see what the spy fiction one sounds like. Hopefully that's not copyright claimed by Sega there. That's pretty cool. Okay. We've got our investigation board over here, and we've got one of the best features in the game. That squirrel's back. Oh, oh. Here we go, here we go. This is my favorite part right here. Coffee and cookies. Snack crumbs, spilled coffee, doesn't bug me. This is when I fell in love with D4. This moment right here. Fortune cookie. Comes with Chinese delivery. $11.99 for 40. You're damn right it is. So you get 3 fortune cookies per episode. I think maybe per dive, but you can keep coming back and spamming them. SWERY wrote like 50 of them.
A Nobel Prize for the first man who put cheese in.
Hey, we got a super chat. Arc Time and Silva with just the $5 dono, no comment. We give them a little love. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. The investigation, we're getting funded. D4 Season 2 might actually happen. Let's get all these fortune cookies out of the way.
If you can't sleep, stop wasting time in bed. Live longer.
All right, let's get this coffee with our left hand. You can see down there, there's a food list. Everything you eat in this game, everything is tracked in this food list. And there's like, I want to say like 100 different items to eat in D4 Season 1. And they all have calories. You get like an achievement for getting a certain amount of calories. There we go. The Penguins are a hockey team right over here that David used to be a part of. There are a ton of hockey references in D4. That has to do with SWERY's friend. I think his name's Ginsan. SWERY was friends with a guy who owned a bar called the Owl's Nest. And Ginsan, who owned the Owl's Nest, used to play for a Canadian hockey team, and then he immigrated over to Japan. The Owl's Nest is also a location in Deadly Premonition 2, by the way. The Owl's Nest doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. I would have visited it when I was over in Osaka, but it is no more. I think Gin retired. Over here, you can see all the like side objectives and main mission stuff. There are a lot of side missions in Season 1. It's like when you go off the beaten path and do some stupid stuff, but it's fun nonetheless. Okay. There's a little detail over here that not many people pick up on, but there are a ton of discarded liquor bottles here, tequila and the like. And on the outside of this door, you only get to see the outside of this door like one time in the game. And there's even more liquor on the other side. Hey! Matthew Eagley there. Eggles. What's up, homie? Good to see you. Does this count as teal? $50 super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I get that counts. That definitely counts. We may be going into overtime just because of Eggles here, but thank you, partner. You're keeping the Boston PD alive. One dono at a time. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for always supporting the channel. So David doesn't leave his house. He's kind of like a Hikikomori. So he every time he gets near that doorknob, he just kind of like gets hesitant. That's a small detail. And he's also like an extreme alcoholic, which we're about to see. This is all of his food delivered by Forrest. Forrest does all the grocery shopping for the house. I think Amanda does too, because Amanda has her own store. That's up for debate whether or not you believe Amanda is human or not, though. I personally think she's a cat. This is how you save your game. You answer the phone, and then that little clover goes on, and that's how you save your game. Nobody's on the other line. Okay, let's get into the... Let's finish up the kitchen, and then I'll progress the story here, because there are a few other things I want to show off. One of the first gestures that SWERY invented is over here. The kitchen sink. Pouring a cup of water. And he showed this off in his GDC for D4 of how he like broke down each one of the steps on how a person drinks water. And from that simple idea came the complex world of D4. Oh yeah, the disgusting crab in a can there. I always thought this was like, the canned seafood is like probably the worst looking out of all the food in the game. It's the Sinner sandwich.
Hey,
oh, jeez. Jeff Drill with the 20 Canadian, 20 maple dollars. I don't want to interrupt your commentary with this, but I need to show my support. Much love from Canada, our home and native land. Thank you so much, Jeff. Thanks to everyone tonight. We'll keep up the commentary because I know that's what you're here for. Just like every American, in our microwave, we always have a hamburger ready to go. This is true. This is true for all United States, like all U.S. homes. You go in, you see their microwave. There's a burger and fries in there at all times. It's our emergency hamburger. But look at that. You can see on the UI there, because the hamburger is obscured by the microwave door, SWERY's like, we got to get a picture of that hamburger. What's going on here? Thank you so much, Thanasius Dimos. Played through the whole Promise Mascot Agency. I loved it. I knew you would. That's another SWERY game right there. I just beat it myself. I'm in the post game. I don't want to spoil anything, but I really enjoyed it. I 100%ed all the mascot quests. I've done every business. The only thing I need to do is just like the post game and then find all the trash. But that's it. Yeah, Promise Mascot Agency. That's the latest SWERY game. He's a voice actor in it. Okay, moving right along. Here's the secret. So inside of each episode, there are these... hold on. David, stop getting turned around. Okay. Inside each episode, there's a hidden letter from little Peggy on clover print paper. Still smells like her. These letters, by the way, are the key to cracking D4. I don't want to spoil what they all mean, but essentially they're all sequenced chronologically, and if you put them together chronologically, you can kind of piece together what happened before the events of D4 and why David's in his current predicament. We got another super chat from Sannon since 992. Thank you so much, Sannon. Fine, I give in just because the intro was lit. Thank you. With the 20 euros. Greetings from Germany. Good to see you, bud. Thanks for always being there. And I think you were there for like the very first D4 video I ever made. I'd like to think you were, but thanks, guys. Massive support tonight. Looks like we're going to go into overtime. So we're going to have so much fun. I'm going to sweat up a storm playing through D4. But I want to give as much commentary as possible to make it worth your time. So inside David's fridge here, it's really cluttered and dirty. You see like the half-eaten pizza, the seafood, beer bottles, of course. This is important. This is representative of David Young himself. And it's not going to be this way permanently. It's one of those small details that changes. We got ale. Teddy brought it. All right. I think I can just close it, right? There we go. All right, let's go over to our kitchen table. This is where we have the files on the real blood murders here. So, the Boston Tea Party box. Nice detail, Swery. Exemption list, look for D, created 2 years ago. It's a solo job now. And then you also have the tequila, product of Mexico, agave, 100%. Drink after work, nah, more like 2 or 3. Another detail about David's alcoholism. Swery recommends, by the way, Don Julio. Don Julio. We got another super chat. We literally have 2 left to go now for overtime. J-Spot says, I'm investing in this investigation. Thank you. Thank you so much. The Boston PD appreciates your contribution. Thanks, J-Spot. Okay, so we've got a picture of little Peggy, taken in 2009, smiling, public gardens, had a fight after this.
Did you hear about David's wife? Man, they were just married, too.
I heard it was revenge for one of his investigations.
Sure sounds like the way they operate. Sending a deadly message.
That's one of the theories. One of the reasons why David doesn't live his apartment is because people suspect he had something to do with the murder of little Peggy, which he may have. He very well may have. I would say he's one of the leading suspects. Real blood, which is the main drug within the game, causes hallucinations. So he's not exactly a reliable narrator, and his version of events get a little bit muddy because there's only two sets of fingerprints found in the bathroom, little Peggy's and his own. I'll elaborate further on that later. Let's get some tequila here. This is probably the most infamous QTE in the game.
There's only one thing I need after work.
Cheers to Swery. Kanpai. And then the slam. I love the 3 different camera angles on that. It's one of those unnecessary things that Swery does, but it's still very necessary.
You always look so happy drinking that. I wish I could have a drink too.
Jason, if Swery reached out to me to star in Hotel Barcelona, I'd do it for free. I'd do it for free.
Maybe I'll just try a little.
You're pregnant, Peggy. Don't be drinking that. By the way, Sober King stream. Swery has announced that he's like, I want to say 3 months sober. 3 months sober. Shout out to our Sober King Swery. Really, guys, when I first made my D4 video 10 years ago, following Swery was kind of tough because like it was every night he was out binge drinking and stuff. It was pretty rough. I think I even mentioned something in my my first D4 video. I'm just like, Jesus. So if you want to know what happened to season 2, I'm just saying, he's really turned his life around, and I wish him the best, and I hope he continues to, like, you know, stay focused. Stay focused, because we want more games. We want the Hotel Barcelona. All right, there's a lot of details that come at you at once. She's positive for real blood. There's only like 2 sets of fingerprints in the bathroom.
I was already lying in the ICU.
And David has a bullet wound in his head.
Everything I do remember are the words that little Peggy whispered as she died. Look for D.
This is a misrecollection. Look for D is not what she said.
Is D. Those words keep spinning in my head.
Traces of a third party, none.
At the time,
Only their DNA and fingerprints.
the case hit a dead end. I quit the BPD. However, under the right circumstances, I now have the capability to solve even a dead-end case.
Somebody told me that some of those eliminated suspects there are like people that helped contribute to the game. Some of them are, not all of them. There's also a Reese's peanut butter cup wrapper in there for some reason. So I guess SWERY was just hungry at the time.
Oh, Peggy.
All right, here's our first battle. This is the first battle of the game. It triggers when you open the door. I'm gonna read a little bit of chat, and then we're gonna do this. Hell yeah, good on him. Hopefully his creativity isn't tied to alcohol. Some people do think their creativity is tied to substance abuse, but I think SWERY says in his Twitter that he feels more clear-headed and he's able to focus better, and that's good. That's real good. Hotel Barcelona looks like a lot of fun. Okay, over here's our first battle, so let's get to it. I was reading some old reviews of D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die, because on the Xbox Reddit, people are like, what Kinect game should I get? And then somebody recommended D4, and they're like, nah, it's too weird for me. I'm like, anything you play on the Kinect is weird by design. By the very nature that you're standing alone in your bedroom, waving your arms like a madman, it's all gonna be weird. This is fun, and it's got a good balance of drama and comedy. That's why I love it so much. David's stamina's at 92 because we've moved around a bit. I believe there's some bandages in here. David does have hearts, kind of like Legend of Zelda. I believe he can take up to 10 hits before he dies. Terrace door, alloy metal, scratches. Amanda is the culprit. Here we go, guys. Failing the QTs is pretty fun, though. It's like he's an expert at something. It's like he's done this before. Grab her by the hair, throw her down. Bad kitty.
Can't escape
now. I think you're supposed to lose one heart canonically. You'll notice Amanda has heterochromia.
This is Amanda. She just suddenly started living here.
Just like the cat.
She sometimes goes out and gets food for us. And that's something of a lifeline for me, as I don't really go outside. Just who she is, though, well, my memory holds no answers.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna do the voice commands now.
Everything shipshape?
I'm gonna try them. I'm a little tired.
I'm tired. I was about to go to sleep.
Sleep?
It worked.
You look ready for a coffin.
Forrest Casey, a detective with the Boston Police Department, and my former partner.
No relation to the one from Deadly Premonition or Spy Fiction, by the way.
And a source of information.
Just the same name, the succession of the name.
Women are always trouble. Doesn't matter how old they get. Trouble.
That's Detective Hikiko, Electronic Pig.
Like you wouldn't believe.
Former narc for the Boston PD.
Stand a chance. Don't come and see me. Actually, Deeds, get right over here. But then,
Look at what Teddy's doing here.
well, leave me alone.
Just during this cutscene, Teddy's reorganizing the fridge. Small detail.
Please.
Cafe SWERY 65.
Coffee from a different place can be nice once in a while.
Once in a while.
That's SWERY's old website. He had a blog called Cafe SWERY 65.
Ask you. Man, Diana's so stupid.
Once being
That's where he announced his retirement as well.
among detectives. Now he's more like a big teddy bear.
What's the point of the place?
Teddy, what's this?
So, tell me, David, have you heard the news about that airplane accident, huh?
Access Gate Airways Flight 117 struck by unexplained lightning? No one's talking about anything else right now.
I'm turning it up. We gotta hear this.
We might be looking at the real deal.
The best theme song out of any game right here.
This time.
God, I love this. It's by Technoichi. Technoichi. Look for thee. I can change the past. I swear I can.
A passenger simply vanishing from an aircraft mid-flight. Does that sound possible to you? Antonio Zapatero, otherwise known as Rabbit. He's a courier who only carries real blood. This one promised to provide evidence after being brought to Boston. Evidence that may well have led to the ID of the source of real blood. But then the lightning struck, and in the confusion, he vanished.
He escaped somehow?
No. When I say vanished, that's pretty much what I mean. Like something out of magic.
So, clue me in. What makes this one the real deal?
The name of the boss he was going to give up apparently starts with the letter D. This courier might have had evidence revealing the identity of D. So, interested yet?
Hell yeah.
Let me ask you again. A passenger simply vanishing from an aircraft mid-flight. Does that sound possible to you?
A third party is involved.
No, it's impossible. There's someone pulling the strings behind this mystery.
Right on the money, David. Third party most likely used the confusion to spirit the courier away. Lots of people want the evidence he was carrying after all. once I was able to bring this particular...
This is one of my favorite things David does.
The owner of that badge was involved in this incident.
He fidgets with it in the funniest way. It's a memento.
Well, no doubt about it. This is a memento.
Great. It's yours then. Let's hope it's the last one you'll ever need.
The Marshal's badge, bloodstains. He does it in one of the cutscenes where he twirls it with one finger. Okay, now the fun can really begin. David's roommates, kind of, are here. Amanda, for sure. Kaysen just barges in whenever he wants to. So Amanda over here is our shopkeep. Amanda, freeloading lodger, smells like grass, duck feathers and whiskers. Notice how he says whiskers. That's another piece of evidence there, the small detail that she's actually a cat. I think David just projects the image of a woman on her due to his real blood abuse. So we're in the store here. All those like little points up in the top right that we've been gathering, this is where you spend it. You can restore stamina, vision, life. You can buy clothes. You can get new soundtrack. It's just so crazy. To 100% this game, you got to eat everything. Everything. Let's see if... there we go. So we can get a roast chicken. That rabbit's foot over there is an extra life. I've never needed to use one, but it's fun to have. This is the best part. So this is where you can check out all the different David accessories. And all the different costumes give you different attributes. Like this one gives them more stamina, but less vision. The Wrestle Star. Oh, yeah. And it, like, all of it is just, like, so unnecessary and ridiculous. Like that Viking beard. You can get new clothes here. I wish I had that shirt. Those suspenders are pretty cool, too. And then this is like the discount set here, but we'll get the poor performer set. And then we're not going to change clothes just yet. Let's see what clothes number 2 is. We got the clothes for Kaysen, so you can customize him as well. Why? I don't know. I believe you can get him a farmer or a scientist. Scientist from his spy fiction persona. You can also get spy fiction clothes in this as well. Amanda, you can get the Panther right now or the Mosaic. We'll get her the Panther. Okay, yeah, we'll change him. Why not? Nice. Okay. And then we can just do this to close, I believe. There is a social link system with Amanda. So if you want to get her secret dance, you have to keep buying stuff from her. So we'll just buy some food. So a lollipop. We're restoring our stamina. We got some chips, seafood salad. Let's get that salad in there. Okay, we're at 100% stamina. I might buy the rabbit foot just because we're streaming. But I'm going to run out of money soon. So the rabbit foot's an extra life. It's an extra continue. And then you can say no more. You can say no more. There we go. Persona mention, yeah. And then like... Oh, am I in the way? Am I in the way, Kaysen? Am I in the way? Force Kaysen, partner. Once a grizzly, now a teddy bear. Dirty shirt, pulled an all-nighter. I'm going to show you something real quick before we move on. So if you'll recall, the last time we went into the refrigerator, it was a complete and total mess. Let's go. There we go. First memo, throw away leftovers. Second memo, put it back where you found it. Third memo, keep the door closed. So Kaysen came by during that cutscene and he organized the entire fridge for David. Those little notes on the fridge are another reference to the movie Memento, where Guy Pearce's character writes himself little mementos. I don't know if David wrote those or if it was Kaysen, but either way, that's a little nod to Memento. So this is one of my favorite areas in the game. This is the terrace that overlooks Thompsonville, Boston, Massachusetts. There's some cool cutscenes out here, but David doesn't move around. He just kind of takes a nice little vantage of the town. He was supposed to travel outside at one point, but I think that was scrapped after the beta. Because there's some concept art and stuff from the 360 build of Dark Dreams Don't Die that suggests that David would have walked outside, but I think he's more of a Hikikomori in the final build. You can trim that ivy as well. I think it's in episode 1. You can trim the ivy. We've got a little squirrel. And we've got a pigeon. Dirty pigeon. And this changes from day to night later on in the game too. It's really beautiful at night. You can spy on the neighbors. Dim room. Easel and art supplies. Canvases lighting up. Binoculars. This is kind of like Silent Hill 4 The Room. But as the game progresses, there are new people that you can spy on and new details and stuff like that. Alex says, I really like the aura of this game. Sad that we won't see it finished. Never. Never say never, folks. If we've learned something from SWERY, like I never, ever thought we'd see another Deadly Premonition and it happened. So, maybe in time. But SWERY would have to like completely retain the rights. I don't think he's going to work with Access Games anymore. If I'm going to be real with you. Let's go check out David's bedroom. No. Why is it 180? Why are you 180ing? Okay. Gotta slowly. Come on now. Come on now. There. Okay, I have to do it a little more swiftly than I was anticipating. Bedroom door. Not locked. A space just for two. Okay, so this is David's bedroom. There's a lot of details about his character in here. Primarily, he loves hockey. There is some concept art of David playing hockey, and little Peggy also said that her father played hockey and was a champion, and there's a connection to be made there. Also, it's linked to Real Blood. One of the sites where Real Blood has a connection is at one of the hockey rinks in town. So I believe that would have been a location in the future. There is a screenshot of D4 Season 2. There's a couple of them out there. But one of the screenshots of Season 2 involves a mysterious man holding up a hockey stick, aiming it at Olivia. So hockey definitely plays a significant role in the story. Movie and comic magazines. Wouldn't be a SWERY game without movie references. Top detective movies. You always get really good movie. Like if you ever want to know what you should be watching, like if you want to increase your letterbox, I would love to see SWERY's, by the way. SWERY always leaves recommendations and references to movies in all of his games, especially Deadly Premonition. Hey, it's an energy drink. I got one of those on me right now. We're really in character. Okay, if we go over here to the closet, this is where you can swap out the wardrobe. I've got a lot of the DLC items because they were free. And the PC version, the Steam version, the GOG version, have all the costumes and all the cursors. I don't think the Xbox one has the custom cursors, like the hand here. I use this song all the time in my videos. So here you can check out all these different clothes. They have different stat attributes. Like this one gives me an extra heart. So get a little t-shirt there. Got a hoodie. Get a little thin beard, sloppy beard. I'm a sloppy beard kind of guy, just like David. And then it takes a little bit to load sometimes. No. Go back. There we go. There's a spy fiction outfit, but I don't... Can I wear it right now? Okay. This is one of the DLC items. It's one of the best costumes in the game. It's from Spy Fiction. It gives you 10 stamina, 1 vision, and 1 heart. It says David Young Spy Fiction cosplay, so it's within the universe. There's also another underrated Kinect game, Crimson Dragon. And Fudasugi-san, who developed Panzer Dragoon and SWERY, actually linked up to make The Good Life. So there's another bizarre connection for you. Nobody else is talking about that. The Panzer Dragoon Good Life Connect. There's a Killer Instinct t-shirt. I would actually wear that in real life. There's multiple Killer Instinct. There's a hoodie. I think the hoodie might have Fulgar on it. No, it just says Combo Breaker. I think one of them has Fulgar. That's a really sweet Killer Instinct one. You got Fable. I told you were going to play some dress up here. Peter Monaloo. Did you raid Peter Monaloo's wardrobe? Those Fable hoodies are pretty cool. I'm not sure what Wind Up Night is. It's an indie game I'm not familiar with. You got Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery. By the way, I just want to point out that Suda51 lifted this idea from SWERY, where including indie games as unlockable t-shirts. Suda51 copied SWERY's idea and put it in Travis Strikes Again. But he also put Deadly Premonition as one of the unlockable t-shirts for Travis. So I think, you know, it's all good. But I'm just saying, it's kind of funny how this idea carried over. Everyone accuses SWERY of ripping people off, but if you look closer, you'll know he did it first. Hey, we got 10 euros from Nick Black, handsome fella. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that. I think we're going into overtime, folks. I think we're going to wear this hoodie. Wait. And then you can change up his pants as well. So he's wearing detective pants. You got some 70s pants, poor performance pants, off style, and relaxed. The little cargos. If you wear a hoodie though, you can't wear a necktie, and that's kind of lame, so let's go back so we can wear a necktie. The menu navigation is not the most responsive, but that's okay. We'll wear our detective shirt. We'll get a new necktie, see what we got going here. 70s tie. I like that. That's kind of a little Gomez Adams. And some shoes. There are over 100 different items. Oh, we got some Adidas Sambas there. I like those yellow leather ones. Let's do it. Okay, cool. You can also change up Amanda and Kaysen in there. There's a second bathroom in the house. This is where, canonically, David actually takes a shit. He doesn't use the wife murder spot. This is where all the business is taken care of. And you can also see David's little fit there in the mirror. And we're going to heal ourselves. I don't think you can shave in here. Because you can just grow your beard back automatically just by going to the closet. All right. And then this is where all the magic happens. A wooden toilet seat. It's warm even in the winter. Cleaned by the detective. He sits, we sit.
When a desire goes unfulfilled, it only increases in power, stagnating like a blocked pond.
Just like D4 Season 2.
Those are the kind of memories that will invite me back into the past.
An unfulfilled desire. Every time he says that line, I'm like, damn right. I think there's a hidden medal in the bathroom somewhere. It pops up in one of the seasons. It's worth a lot. There are some like hidden t-shirts and things you can find in the house. On the PC version, I'm not sure if it's on the Xbox version. It's been a while since I've played this, but you can find hidden clothes that are episode specific. Sorry. Yeah, over here you unlock a mini game, but we don't have it just yet. Let's proceed on with the case.
Daddy.
Thanks for all the help.
No problem, David. We're partners. You may have quit the force, but that fact won't change. Hell, trace it all the way back. If I hadn't asked you to join up in the first place.
Daddy.
No. Don't give me that look, Amanda. I'm just trying to give him a reason to live.
That's a line from Memento. SWERY lifted that line from Memento. A character named Teddy says that exact line in Memento. Confidential. All right, we're going to do our first dive.
Little Peggy, time has been frozen for me since that day.
Will I see you this time?
I gotta say, one of the first times I ever used After Effects was recreating the dive for that D4 video. It was not easy. So that's the prologue. We're now going into episode 1. So you get a little stat screen here. It really doesn't take about an hour to do that. We just spend a little more time like stopping and smelling all the roses, if you will. No game overs, you got credits. You get a little bonus, just kind of like Deadly Premonition, your investigation bonus. And there is a leaderboards, but I doubt I'm on it. We got the Mexican costume, amateur magician set, and monochrome set. And now we can replay the prologue if we want, I guess. Proceed to the next episode.
This is a story of a man with a very strange fate.
That's the guy who narrates that is the same voice as Roland Walken, and it's the only time that he speaks at a normal rate and not super slow. He's somewhat of the narrator of the game. Somewhat. Otherworldly Dinsian. Gordian Knot.
The lavatory. On an airplane. Another successful dive. Watching memories called mementos. Allows me to dive into the past.
I always wondered if there was some connection to bathrooms. Like, David can only dive into bathrooms.
Miraculously, somehow.
That, right there, the spin. I love that.
That has to be a sign of something. The past will surely tell me the truth.
Having recently been on an airplane. That little blood thing that's coming out of his nose. They use that trope a lot in movies and horror, wherever the protagonist has some sort of psychic ability. I don't think that's linked to his dive ability. I think that's linked to his real blood addiction. The strawberry gum.
The only way to silence that voice is to change my fate.
Okay, so, Director SWERY. This is flight AG-117. I think this one is headed to Boston. One of them's headed to JFK. Anyway, there's two different flights you go on. David dives into the bathroom once again. I will say, I just went on 6 different flights last month when I was traveling through Japan, and not a single one of them had a lavatory or a bathroom this big. They're like half of this size. But of course, they had to make the space movable for the purposes of the video game. I'm running out of stamina, so I gotta eat something here. I don't know if there's any food in the bathroom. Push that toilet. There we go. I mean, it's not that big, but if you look over here on the wall, Four Ds. What does it all mean? Toilet door, fingerprints.
Vanishing from an airplane during a flight? That's impossible. There's gotta be something I'm missing.
Okay, so, oops. We'll do this scene real quick, and I'll tell you what's going on with this.
Little Peggy?
Sir, are you okay? You look like you've just seen a...
Olivia Jones. She has 3 moles on her eyes. I'm sorry.
My apologies, Olivia. You just look so much like an old girlfriend of mine.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just for a second, I actually thought little Peggy would come back to life.
She has 3 moles on her eyes. A little bit different.
I have to get back to work.
Sure, no problem, Olivia.
Just one thing, sir. You're surely aware that we carry a passenger list aboard.
Memorized it, have you?
We don't take kindly to stowaways, if that's what you are.
A stowaway, am I? Well, Miss Olivia Jones. Maybe you're on to me.
I love how he just puts his used bubble gum right there on the wall in front of her, not giving a shit. So this area here, there's some Xbox 360 footage. They actually rendered out the airplane for the 360. I believe it may have been playable at one point, but it was much different looking. It was a lot darker. Let's see if I can do this QTE. This is one of the weirdest QTEs around, if it'll let me.
The courier's gonna vanish, is he? No matter what trick he uses, I'll get to the bottom of this.
No, this window's clean. David likes to clean windows for whatever reason. See, what did I tell you about America? There's always a hamburger ready. This is our emergency hamburger in every microwave in the US. If you're ever curious, it's true. It's not a myth. It's the truth. Yeah, we're about to run out of stamina, so it's good I found that burger. Got some bandages. You can push her. Give her a little love tap there. Oh man, here it is. Jeff Dreel with a 10 Canadian dollars, 100, keeping it 100. We did it. I don't have my soundboard, but we did it. The investigation must continue. We got the proper funding. Thank you guys. Thanks for all the massive support. Let's keep playing. Passenger list.
You mentioned passenger list?
Oh, I'm sure it's just my mistake.
You really do have it memorized?
I thought I did, but I'm still new at this job. It's probably just my mistake. I'm sorry I said anything.
Stowaway Young.
You called me a stowaway, didn't you?
My apologies for that, sir.
What did you mean?
Nothing.
Season 2 not canceled.
Nothing at all?
I must apologize if I have
Choose your own adventure.
I'm truly very sorry.
The Marshal.
Is it true that
I wonder if when they made all the Kinect voice commands, like whenever they were getting an imprint for the voice commands, if SWERY did his best Boston accent or worst.
isn't the passenger list burned into
Yeah, you have to do it in a Boston accent.
Why would you care to know, may I ask?
Just a passive interest.
All right, we're going back.
Is it true that there's a United
Ah.
States Marshal aboard this flight?
Why would you ask such a thing?
I heard some of the other crew talking.
I need to sync this up. Maybe I'm too close.
No idea.
There we go.
Why would you care to know, may I
I think I was standing a little too close.
Just a passive.
There we go. Moving right along. Can I wipe this one?
This emergency door is sealed up tight. Just where does the courier plan on making his escape from?
Okay, so here's the gist of what's going on. David has dived back into the past on this airplane that's supposed to crash, like, or get struck by lightning, essentially. And there's a courier of real blood, which is the drug in the game, which may or may not be related to the red seeds of deadly premonition and San Rouge. Not sure, but it's in the same world. And his name is Anthony Rabbit Zapatero. He's a drug courier. He vanishes from this flight, so we're trying to investigate in the past how he vanished from this flight. And we got a roadblock here. So we have to finish this investigation before we can proceed further into the plane. We're headed to Boston. So that's the marshal. He's supposed to die, and David already knows that. And so it's kind of fucked up that David taunts him. Change the past? What a load of bullshit! That's the same case file that Forrest is holding in the apartment. Bullet wound. Expensive sunglasses.
United States Marshal, you're transporting a key witness, but reading a completely different file. Does that just mean you're passionate about your job? Or is there something else going on here?
What a diva.
Derek Buchanan, United States Marshal. The owner of the memento I used to get here.
The bloody badge.
Two signs I can't ignore.
I said I'd kill you if I saw you again. Didn't I, boy?
It seems we've already met someone.
Shut it, Baldy.
Only those with hair get to speak.
I just dreamed it all.
That's what they all say.
Shaving it means you don't have it. Stay out of this.
Those with hair get to speak.
Antonio Rabbit Zapatero, a dealer of the drug called Real Blood. Apparently, he also has evidence linked to the
I'm not really sure if those are like pink cigarettes, like that's a pink cigarette in his mouth. Why does he have it?
You really have a death wish, don't you? Yet you might be the one who dies. How dare you?
You should get out as quickly as you can. I'll keep the fountain pen.
Guys, SWERY is just waking up in Japan right now, so if you just want to tweet at him, just show him this madness. Like, this is what's going on in America right now. Shout out to our sober king. What's he saying? Bald. That's the first descriptor when you highlight Derek. Come on. Derek, stop moving. Come on. Derek Buchanan, bald, old gunshot wound, a fighter. He knows me. Very hostile, bears a grudge. That's because Derek and David had met in a previous past, which is in episode 2. We're running low on stamina, so we're going to get these peanuts. Pepper cheese flavor. That's a really weird taste. They don't serve peanuts on flights anymore, as far as I know, due to anaphylaxis. Potentially. I guess they want me to talk to Derek, maybe?
I want to talk to him. No way. Get lost.
Okay.
I need to do something about this tough guy first.
Baldy McGee. Yeah, Davey, I've spoken to SWERY a couple of times. I was blocked. You can watch an old stream of mine, but I was actually blocked by SWERY for asking about D4. Something like that. It's a long story. But we're good now. He's forgiven me. And he unblocked me and he followed. So we're all good now. We'll get some more peanuts. This one is butter salt flavor, different flavor of peanuts. I'm actually getting pretty hungry playing this. I always get hungry playing D4. Get that bottle of water. This right here, I believe, is one of the clues. You need three clues per episode.
Snow on the front, cherry blossoms on the back. They change them according to the season.
It isn't totally atrocious.
Duncan and Suki.
Less flying coach, of course. Would it have killed them to use a little real city? Obviously.
And who might you...
I would ask for opinions from the uninspired. Suki, baby, what do you think? Dress all the
Strange sunglasses, matching.
crown them with a single big stag beetle? Oh, yes! Or maybe change all these to black lights, but not too dramatic. Just
Does your mannequin ever reply?
she's not a mannequin. She's my partner.
She is?
Yes, she is. I'm Duncan, and this is Suki. We're top fashion designers, the both of us.
I love Duncan.
So this guy's also a thief.
Some people just don't get it, no matter how many times you tell them.
My bad, I'm sure. Can I ask you something?
I don't need your opinion. After all, I have Suki. The sunglasses in particular are striking.
I see that super chat. I'm going to answer that question in just a moment.
The epitome of my next theme.
Okay. Now Philip Cheney, who's he's moved up there, so now we can explore more of the plane. Duncan and Suki, who you just saw there, the fashion designer. Duncan is referred to as an object sexual, and Suki is Duncan's partner. That's how SWERY referred to their relationship. And this is a really weird reference, but I believe, and I can't confirm this, but Real Blood, the drug within D4, is based off of Martin Scorsese's Bringing Out the Dead. And Bringing Out the Dead is about ambulance drivers on the graveyard shift that are going around resurrecting people that are getting high off of a drug called blood. Okay? And one of the drug addicts in the movie screams out Suki a bunch. Just screams out Suki, and I believe that's the connection SWERY made. SWERY watched Bringing Out the Dead, he took the blood drug, put it in a D4, and Suki was named after that random moment from Bringing Out the Dead. I was going to include that in my original video, but I had to cut it for time. But if I ever do a director's cut of that D4 video, I'll be sure to mention Bringing Out the Dead. And if it ever appears in another video, it's because they watched this stream. Some AI scraped it and some slop tuber just stole that. But nobody else made that connection but Hikiko, I can promise you that. We got a super chat from Alex Enterprises. Let me see if I can pause this. Okay. I'm going to read that super chat from Alex Enterprise. Thank you, Alex, so much for the 199 euros. Deadly Premonition 3, D4 sequel, or Good Life 2? I know what I don't want instantly. That's tough. Listen. Deadly Premonition 2 is flawed. It's a very flawed product. It kind of had like a really rocky release. Content was cut. Content was altered, but I saw the potential in the idea. It didn't stick the landing. I would definitely love to see another Deadly Premonition. I'd like to see more of like younger York or something like that, or younger Zach, if you will, pre-Louisiana. Or if he wants to just write the Louisiana case out of the canon, I'm fine with that. Or maybe old Grandpa York, old York. Something like that. That would be cool. I'm always up for another Deadly Premonition. But if I had to choose in my heart of hearts, I would go with the D4 sequel. We want Season 2. We want to see the conclusion to the insane cliffhanger. This game has one of the worst cliffhangers of all time. So that's what I would personally pick. Give it another chance. She's a double D. They made Deborah extremely stacked in this one. Deborah's a key character, believe it or not.
The window will keep on creaking. Suddenly it will break. We'll turn like crazy. Lightning will hit us again. A direct hit.
Lightning?
Yes, lightning. It'll blow an engine up this time, that's for sure. And what happens then, Mr. No Problem? This blade won't be flying anymore. You agree with me now, right? This blade is
going down.
No, this plane didn't crash.
Did it crash? Did it? How the fuck did you know that? This bullshit here is fucking with me. I told you the noise the window was making is bad news. I told him.
Well, madam, I'm sure you did.
If you guys have ever played Nier, that's the voice of Grimoire Weiss.
Well, let me see.
Philip Cheney.
Mr. Young, wasn't it? I have to admit, I didn't expect to ever see you again.
I can't imagine.
I'll boost it up, Kenny. Thanks for letting me know. This is a reference to Leon the Professional, Gary Oldman's character. They like recreated this shot. Only Gary Oldman's like eating a Percocet or something.
You are
quite the stubborn mule. The type who won't stay dead even if he gets killed, maybe. I wonder.
That's the source of his power.
If you're going to cause trouble, I may have to eject you from the game.
Trouble? Me? Your watch was about to fall off. It looks expensive, so I didn't think you'd want to lose it. I'm just a polite, helpful passenger. Look, Ref, if you're gonna bench anyone, bench her.
And I heard it. And if you don't listen to me, I don't know what I'll do. Just listen.
Now I've got 3 people with names that start with D. Deborah Anderson, Duncan, and Derek Buchanan. To be honest, I still don't know if any one of them is who I'm after. But there's a bag load of room for suspicion. Isn't that right, little Peggy?
Okay. We've just been introduced to a few characters here. But I'll try and explain who's who in just a moment, once we get over there. So our hypochondriac friend over here is Deborah Anderson. If you look into the details of her character, she's an emergency and ER room nurse. And she works with a particular surgeon who we'll meet later that has a connection to David Young. Life jacket, airline logo, part of the aircraft, writes everything. She also, I think she may have some sort of psychic ability or ability to predict the future. Because she notices what's going to happen before it happens to the plane. Woman in life jacket.
Just what are you planning, wearing your life jacket like that?
Planning? Huh. What are you blathering about now?
Maybe you're hoping to stage a daring mid-air escape?
Let me ask you then. Why aren't you wearing your life jacket? What if something does happen? Show me proof that there will be time to get one out and put it on, eh? It's like Dr. Johnson always says. Be proactive, not reactive.
What's something?
So what kind of something do you think will happen up here?
You're slower than you look. What do you think? On an airplane?
Abduction?
What? Abduction? From an airplane? What are you smoking, shitbrain? I'm talking about the plane crashing. Crashing! It's like Dr. Johnson always says, being prepared is half the battle.
So there's an extra case that we can do. Window noises.
The window noise bugs you that much?
Okay, hot stuff. Let me ask you then. You're saying it doesn't bug you at all? It's making sounds. Sounds that you aren't supposed to hear. What'll happen if it breaks? The plane will crash! How can everyone be so calm?
If she is D, then just what is she planning?
Hey, you! Will you go and check that all the other windows are okay?
Excuse me?
I'd love to do it.
So this is one of the side quests.
But I've got to count the squeaks this fucking window here makes. So I want you to go and check on them. I bet they are squeaking away in places I've never even dreamed of. Oh, I dare not even imagine it. I dare not even imagine any of it.
I forget what the bonuses are. I think you get money and a costume.
Here's what I got. The windows creak on a set cycle.
In other words...
If not a single window creaks within that length of time, we are safe. I need you to hurry around to an. If you can't check
We'll just
all
go get 'em.
windows within the time, you'll prove nothing. The very safety of this plane is resting on your shoulder.
Why mine?
Go get to work.
Okay, I think I have a
Set. Go, 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 go.
emergency inspection. No, continue. I can't use my vision, I don't think. Easier said than done, by the way. I know there are two back here. Okay, that's one. No. There we go. That should count, shouldn't it? There we go. Ah! I think it nailed those three, but I missed one. Yeah, missed that one over there. All you gotta do is just hover over them. Got 1 minute. Okay, 4 more. No! David! Okay, that's not it. 180, 180. My arm's getting tired, folks. No. No. Let's use... There we go. Wide swipes. Okay, 2 more. There they are. Nailed it. Right there. Woo! Sweating up a storm.
That's a pretty good workout.
Excellent.
You're telling me.
Just made a noise, right?
Well, we got the 10 out of 10. We're going into overtime now. So let's just keep it going. I got the energy. I may need to take a little sip break for a second, though.
However, there's still plenty of danger. So, can you handle a double investigation?
Let me take a break.
Can I just rest a moment?
Oh dear. Don't have much stamina, do you? I want you back here as quickly as possible. Otherwise, I just might get an anxiety attack.
All right, let's dive back. So I think you can just dive anywhere. So if I go like this, double hands up like this. If you go over here to end dive, you can go back to David's apartment. So let's do that real quick. We enter the game Mad World for a moment. We're gonna get some food, we're gonna change some clothes, and get back to the investigation. Oh, we got some new fortune cookies. Since we're on episode 1, they've hidden some more medals and I believe costumes around on the field. So I'm going to show you what the super golden medals look like, because I saw one in the cutscene. So if I lean over like so, or maybe I need a different angle here. Let's get this angle. So you can see right there, that super sparkly one, that's worth a lot. I think that's 500 credits. Extremely rare. That's 1,000 credits. So that should buy us a new costume. There's also some bathroom lollipops. I think those are Chupa Chupas. Yeah, we're running low on stamina. You do get some costumes that kind of make stamina a joke, just like in Deadly Premonition. But if you really want to experience D4, you got to play with the Kinect using like costumes that don't give you the perks, because the perks really kind of break the experience, if you ask me. The game is easy enough as it is, so you want to challenge yourself a little bit. Let's get some fortune cookies and coffee. That's a king's combo right there. All right, let's see what our fortune is. What will it be? These are fun. Tastes horrible.
You're stuck with your family, so choose your friends wisely.
Wise words, SWERY.
Even the smallest of things can be great if seen through to the end.
All right. Give us something silly.
People have the ability to gradually grow to like others.
Yeah, this is some sappy fortunes we got going on here. SWERY must have been having an emo day. Let's see if we can do one of the bonus. There's like hidden cutscenes that refill your stamina. So maybe I should talk to Forrest, because I think you have to talk to him and he'll cook you something. Or mostly himself. Forrest Kaysen. 8 on the left foot. Past case injury. Mud on shoes. Nice weather outside. Where did he go?
Are you eating okay?
Shall we eat?
Strange that you'd suggest that. Must be a weird day.
Just want to change of pace.
Enough beating around the bush. Come on, just say you want to eat. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I actually am pretty hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet, but that's okay. I'll starve for this craft. The food in D4 looks good, but the way they eat it is absolutely disgusting.
Perfectly perfect. 2 detectives at the table, 1 private.
Sounds like the start of a bad joke.
An old couple living along Shore Drive found the body. They were out power walking and got a nasty surprise.
Teddy, please. The joke goes on?
Humor me, you sourpuss. So let's call the corpse in the river Adam, our Vic. And we'll call our suspect Billy. He just turned himself in today.
I always love this in SWERY games wherever they have food conversations. Almost every one of his games have a scene like this. Deadly Premonition has multiple ones.
Pretty morbid for a quiz show.
This is peak SWERYism on display.
Okay? Carol. The investigation revealed that apparently Billy learned Adam had killed Carol. And so killed him in revenge. Then tossed his body in the river. But something just doesn't quite add up.
Carol's body was fished out of the river too?
Yep, that's right. Suspect Billy says he wanted to give him the same treatment as he gave his sis.
Maybe Billy killed them both. Although that doesn't add up either, does it? There's There's no reason he would confess to just killing Adam in that case.
That's where I got stumped too.
Adam and Carol were probably lovers. Billy, responsible for his sister, was against the relationship.
So he tossed them both in the Mystic River.
Were they wearing matching rings? Any jewelry?
Indeed they were, David. They had rings on that the witnesses saw them buying from a street stall.
Love blinds people to those around them. It was the same with me and little Peggy.
So why'd Billy lie, huh?
It's no great chase. He wanted to get between them, even if the only way was as victim and killer.
Loneliness can really work a man over. I'll let the boys in Homicide know tomorrow.
And I'll put this one on your tab, Teddy.
I just love how stylistic and wacky the animations are. They motion captured most of this game, if not all of it, I believe. So I can just imagine how silly it must have been in the studio working with SWERY and listening to all of his instructions. There's even sillier food scenes. I believe there are about 3 or 4 of them throughout season 1, season only. Do I have the food processor yet? The burger in the microwave, an American standard. Okay. Nope. Go back, David. Okay. Go back. There we go. Can I lean do the processor? I think the processor shows up at night. And you can make a veggie shake or something. Let's grab this real quick. And then we'll buy some stuff from Amanda. Let's see if I can trim the ivy. It's her. What's she doing here? You're supposed to be dead.
You know the hardware guy on the first floor? It looks like Miss Oxford dumped him again. But he's not giving up.
Miss Oxford is a reference to Polly Oxford from Deadly Premonition.
Someone trying so hard.
Probably not the same character, but reference.
Hey! I'm behind you! Don't give up! Hang in there!
These little moments with Ghost Peggy are really well done. I think D4, even though it's comedic, has a lot of somber moments, and this kind of plays into SWERY's character empathy through sensory replication thing. Like, the more you, especially if you're playing with the Kinect, the more you play and witness things through David's perspective, the more you kind of connect with him and feel like how frustrating his quest is. And I mean, there's nothing, little Peggy's just a saint. So you kind of do want to know who killed her by the end of the first season. And because of all these little details in the world, like all the little descriptors that pop out whenever you highlight objects, you just kind of get a better, like, I want to say, like, connection to the world, like the sights, the sounds, the smells, everything in here is just so highly detailed. You just don't see this level of detail in games anymore. SWERY is a master at it. And it's one thing that I really wish The Good Life had more of. I mean, it's missing a bunch of stuff, but I think like when he's given the time to like sit down and be meticulous and overdo it, like running things into the ground. SWERY just runs some jokes and details and puts in these unnecessary things. But I think that's why I keep coming back to his games, because there's just so much more rich detail to find. There's things I miss every time I play D4.
They take 8 to 10
and this game, like, really, you can beat this game in just a couple of hours. You can probably rush through it in like an hour and a half if you wanted to. But it's one of those games that, like, if you stop and you look around and you investigate on your own, because the game doesn't necessarily force feed you all the plot points. There are things to find and discover, like I did in the video, that going through it again with a fine-tooth comb, I found basically the mystery of Season 2 just by taking a look around and listening to what people were saying and looking at all the background details and also going into the game's files. I'm not going to lie. I also did that, which is not necessarily what you're supposed to do, but I did it anyway for the mystery. Okay, moving along. Let's go see Amanda and buy something. Buy something, will ya? Where'd she go? Where'd Amanda go? Is she on the other side of the house? Oh, she's up there. Amanda, no! Come on! That timing, though. That timing. Okay, now she's sitting in a chair. All right, here we go. So we got some cookies added to the inventory. We'll grab a little bit of cookies there because we use some actions.
She seems to like it.
This is part of that social link thing I was telling you about. You get discounts in her store, like if you buy over a certain threshold. I believe you can also buy her presents. So if you see right here, right here where I'm pointing, that 1 out of 100, that's your relationship status with Amanda, your cat woman. So you can buy her some cat food, cranberry jerky, premier cat food, and fur mouse. Can cats even have that? But let's give her a mouse. So yeah, we've already boosted it up. Let's buy her some cat food. And we'll buy her some of this jerky. Maybe we'll get to see the dance.
She seems very happy with it. Definitely worth giving her these gifts.
I think the dance comes after level 3, but we got a discount coupon. Okay, yeah, so I think we have to get her up to level 3 to get the dance, but we'll use our discount coupon. So this is closed for Amanda and for Kaysen. But let's check out beach vacation set. I kind of love that. Yeah, let's get the vacation set for Kaysen. That's really cool. All right, let's get something for David now. Two-day beard. Thug style. Inmate. That 5 o'clock shadow is patchy there. Russell Star. The diver. Yeah, I'm a fan of stubble. You get +2 perception, 1 less, 10 stamina. Let's get old stubble going. And we're gonna buy something silly. So you can get the nerd set. I don't know how that looks nerdy, but on sale, the loose color. Oh, there's the lady killer. Acquitted. You stupid menu. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. So it's a wide swipe. I don't want the Russell Star. I think light swipe. There we go. Light swipe. Light swipe. That's not what I did. Light swipe. There we go. There we go. So you got the Lady Killer, the Nihilistic. I really do like the Nihilistic one because the Nihilistic is related to Forrest Kaysen. You got the biker jacket, but I don't have enough money for that. That's back whenever David was in the BPD. But we'll get the Lady Killer because that's all I got money for, really. All right, moving on. Look at Kaysen's clothes. And knock him over. Before we leave, looks like there's a couple of objects we can interact with, but nothing super special. Let's get out of here. And we're gonna dive. Demolition Daddy killed Little Becky. Hi, Mr. C. Welcome. Everyone go check out Mr. C's channel. Check out Captain Psychopath's channel. He just dropped a new video. Helen Homuncula says, I backed The Good Life and never received my own copy. Damn you, Swery. Do you want mine? I got mine over here. Hold on. Is this what you're missing? Right there. That's my proof. This is the PS4 version. I believe it was just like PS4 was the only one that was going to get a physical release back whenever the game was like in the Kickstarter phase. And I asked if they were getting a Switch version, and they said no. And literally a month after the Kickstarter stuff started going out, they're like, oh yeah, there's a Switch version coming out for limited run games. I was like, what bullshit? Because I was initially going to get it for the Switch and Steam. So it'd have like the best version and the worst version. So I actually ended up, I think, with the Xbox and PS4 versions. All right. Let's go investigate Philip Cheney. My Kinect is like bugging out. I think it's because I'm too close to it, honestly.
The door is wobbling, but the plane still flies fine. These machines are really built safe.
So this is a clue to progress through the level. Essentially, Philip is blocking the front part, like first class of the plane. But we got to go talk to him before we do the trigger there.
This is business class. I cannot let you through.
What if I push the point?
You will find that I push back.
The way in the business class has quite the guard dog. Moving a guard dog requires some bait. A disturbance should work.
Let's see if I can talk to him. He knew me. Employee ID. D3582. Inhaler. Could he be frail? No way. Okay. things are about to get pretty weird, just to let you know.
Disturbance should work. Nothing looks out of place.
Oh yeah, this is Amanda, by the way. If you want to shop on the plane, Amanda appears in her cat form here. I still don't understand, like, what the difference is, but she can transmutate into a cat or a homeless woman.
That's what's making the window squeak.
So we've got to make Deborah have a panic attack.
This door makes the window creak. I can use this to make that nervous wreck go into overdrive.
This man funded the good life all by himself. I sure did. My name is in the credits as Hikikomori Media in there. So if you ever play the game, you can find my name.
What? Are you saying these window noises are all in my head? Are you? Dumb fuck! I thought you were a nice gentleman.
Madam,
you think
I
I'm just
assure
some
you I
complainer?
think nothing
Some
of the-
lawsuit seeker? Do you? This is completely unacceptable. Completely unacceptable! Show me your name tag. Show it to me! Employee number D-3582. I've burnt it into my forebrain. And once I'm home, yes, I am going to sue you. I have never been so mad in my life.
When it does like those split frames like that, the frame rate drops in half.
Any way I can talk to your manager?
I'm sure the sound of windows would not annoy you in, say,
And every
business class. The seats are very fluffy, too.
business? That's class.
It is, madam. I could show you to your seat.
Yeah, she is very hot.
Here, the windows.
No nasty window noises in business.
Well,
If you'll just allow me to explain the procedure for your upgrade.
She's one of the top sweary babes for sure.
be okay.
I'd say Emily's up there. This is where it gets weird. There's that Lynchian moment right here. It's happening again.
What the fuck?
My scar, it's burning.
In the instant I saw that big man, the scar on my forehead started to throb. It's never happened before. What's going on here?
Alright, so the tall surgeon over there with the fork and the knife is a reference to Twin Peaks. Whether SWERY agrees with it or not, we know what's going on here. The song that's playing here is called Arousal. It's I believe the intro song, the very first one too. It plays a couple of times throughout. This is Roland Walken, giant man, surgical mask, pure white suit, scar throbs related to my memories. No, the game is not about to glitch here. This is how Roland talks.
This big fella, I've met him before somewhere, and I can't remember where. My scar is desperately trying to tell me that he knows something.
Here we go. This is probably the most infamous fight in all of Kinect history. It's very brutal and fun. They really make Antonio unlikable in every regard. But he gets his comeuppance very soon. I love the QTEs in this game. It's so ridiculous. Ole. You can really feel David's desperation in this fight. He just gave him third-degree burns. He's about to fuck him up beyond belief. Oh no, not Suki. I love this part. Here we go. I'm gonna actually have to shout. So sorry if this peaks.
I'm knocking this one out of the park.
I love his fake eye just pops right the fuck out. This is it. Ah! It just smacks him in the head. It just smacks him with the tray. It's so good. The detective badge right there. Push back. Push, push. When he gets hit in the nuts, it plays a music box version of Little Peggy's theme. Hey, this ain't the bathroom. Grab it! Grab it! Yank it! There we go. He's just choking the life out of him. It's so brutal. David is canonically the most brutal fighter in all the SWERYverse. That's peak Kinect. That whole moment. That is peak. It doesn't get any better than that. This is where we're traveling back in time. I just joined the chat and now I'm slightly perturbed, says Samusa. Watch the archive. Shout out to everyone watching the archive, by the way. Shout out to everyone who's here tonight. It's been a great night, great stream. We're closing out April strong. Best SWERY game OST for sure. I absolutely agree. Underrated. Forgotten, you might say.
Rabbit? The courier, he vanished?
Vanished? Okay, if you look on the left-hand side, it says A, B, and C. In order to progress, I gotta find the evidence that clues David into his current predicament. So, we'll use our vision. Oh yeah, I gotta move the... This is like one of the weirdest QTs. It's moving the circle, moving the hand inside the circle. It honestly works okay. So we can get our standard overhead cheeseburger. In every American plane, if you open the overhead, they have one emergency cheeseburger. It's just standard. Fell from the luggage rack. Smashed bag. Fallen souvenirs. What a mess. What a good man. So there's an Amanda store right here. Ribbon collar. Looks sleepy, purring. Friendly with me. Yeah, this is I believe this may not be actually Amanda. This says it's a branch store. So I'll leave it up to you. I think it's actually Amanda as well, but you can buy like stamina items and stuff like that. Hamburgers, seafood, baked beans, of course. We're in Boston. Live it up. It gets added to our food list down there. All right, we got our beans. We can move on with our lives. Well, this one just opened straight up.
There's nothing here.
He says as there's a giant gold medal in there. Caught. Blocking the aisle. Oh, there's a can of baked beans on the seat over there. I just wasted my money.
Fine.
I think if I just go like, Can I lean and get those baked beans? I've been thinking about those beans. How do I get them?
It's a domestic flight.
All right, let's go talk to Roland here. Roland walking. Too big for this plane. When did he move? Knife and fork. Is he hungry?
When did you move to this seat?
When indeed, young Mr. Young. So funny you would ask.
What does that mean?
If time changes,
So too does space.
Time is of the essence. You, of all people, should understand.
Samya Yusa says, Hikiko, I'm happy you've been more active on YouTube for some time. You're awesome. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
So too does place.
I'm happy to be streaming. I'm happy to be working on the content.
That lightning strike. How did you know about it? Before it even happened? Don't tell me you can control lightning strikes.
Your ability to.
I have to skip ahead on these because he talks at one word a minute.
You need to be able to observe.
We will literally be here for 10 minutes if I
more
if I can't. Come on, there we go. That would be cool. Rest in peace, Tony Todd. Working fine, not smoking, didn't explode.
What did you observe?
The engine isn't damaged.
You have good observational skills. You already know.
I can't skip ahead, sorry folks.
Am I correct?
Location of the courier.
Do you know what happened to the courier?
It might be said that I did.
We're not playing this. Skip, please. There we go.
That I don't. Either way, Mr. Young.
Come on. Come on.
Ask me to do your job for you.
Can't grab it. There we go. Location of Olivia.
What about that
I want to unlock his minigame. That's what we're trying to do here.
Olivia Jones. You saw her. Did she?
Please. Can I use the controller here? Okay. We're going to recalibrate. There we go. Clover. 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 There we go. You can't say Clover in the traditional Boston accent. Hard on the
See them. These are.
What are you talking about?
Okay, so this is a mini game called Clover Touch. You can unlock it if you beat all of these missions. And there will be a little Roland doll in your bedroom. This game's kind of fun. So the objective is not to let any of the clovers touch the ground. And you gotta avoid the bolts of electricity. And you gotta get your combo high with special clovers. Peak SWERYism on display. It's way, way easier with the mouse. I'll let you know. So if you're playing the PC version, this is a cakewalk. It's kind of tough on the Kinect because you got to keep your arm raised the entire time. No breaks. It'd be cool if you could use two hands, but you can't. So these Sakura petals here, they gather all of them in one. So we just got to get 100. Frozen in place. We did it.
Have you remembered?
What are you talking about?
Mr. Young.
Come on.
Placed a memory left by her in that memory belongs to
This is torture. Let's try the left hand. Okay, got it. So, what Roland said is he dropped a letter from little Peggy inside the apartment. So if you do his side quests, it'll spawn one of the most important pieces of writing you can get in the game. All the letters from little Peggy clue you into what's really going on. We're going to go back to the apartment. We'll dive. All right, got to take a little sit and read some chat here. Noticing that Roland never blinks. Yeah, there's a good reason for that. Clove Man, heal, I've come for you. Best SWERY game OST. Yep. Okay. Thank you, guys. Oh, Hikiko needs a little sit. We are... How far in? We're about 2.5 or almost 3 hours. We'll play a little bit more because we got overtime. I was planning on a 2-hour stream. We're in almost hour 3. So we'll do 3.5. Does that sound fair? I don't want to spoil the whole game. I actually do want people to play it and experience the wonder for themselves. But if you play this with a controller, if you play this with the mouse and keyboard on the PC, any which way you play it, it's fun. But I feel like the definitive way to play D4 is with a Kinect. It really does. It can be tiring for sure, but it's the way the game was designed. It was designed completely with Kinect controls. Almost to its detriment, though, because as you saw on that Dark Side Phil clip, many people interpreted back in 2014 that D4 could only be played with the Kinect, that it was locked to it, and that's not true. You can play with the controller. It's very responsive with the controller. It's just as fun, but it's a different experience overall. The PC version's an amazing port. Out of any SWERY games that ever got a port to the PC, D4 is perfect. It was ported by Playism. If you see that fan there, that's where this fan came from. The La Mulana 2 and D4 fan. My buddy went up to PAX and saw that Playism had a little booth, and he got me that D4 fan. So shout out to Mark. Thank you, Mark. But Playism put out the best port. I wish they would have handled the other SWERY games, like Deadly Premonition Director's Cut. Jesus. But what can you do? Let's check on our buddy Forrest.
Are you eating okay?
So we got a new food. Let's get a new meal going. Refill our stamina.
Throw something together if you like.
Show me what you got.
decide the number of stars.
You sold me on the game, you didn't need to sell me on the Kinect. The Kinect is actually kind of cool. I'm just standing kind of close to it because I got my webcam up there and I've got limited space to work with, but in the right conditions, the Kinect 2.0 is actually kind of cool. I just don't think I've got the setup right.
Okay. I don't think I've ever seen you finish a meal. What's up with that?
The claw fingers.
You don't like my cooking?
Oh, don't get all sensitive. I'm just full. Take it up with my stomach size. Don't give me that look, Amanda. Does it really matter?
The way Case engorges himself.
No, I'm not letting this one slide. You prefer alcohol to my cooking. That's the short of it.
Ugh. I don't like clams.
Really?
I don't know if those are clams or mussels being depicted here. But look at Kaysen's mug there. Jesus.
No need to get so serious.
Buddy, I'm super serious.
He's gonna shoot all those.
Question, Mr. David Young. This is now an official interrogation.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, David has real-time battle damage. The more damage you take during fights and like the lower your health is, the more scuffed up he gets.
Fried noodles. With that spicy sauce.
You can patch him up though.
When the hell have I ever made fried noodles?
No. I mean the ones I pick up in Chinatown sometimes.
Oh boy. Sorry I even asked. You're supposed to choose from my cooking, dumbass.
That was a nice little break. Lobster boil. So, if you do all those meals, you get the forced Kaysen reports, which talk about real blood, which is the drug going around. Key to solving the case. Your stamina's fully recovered. I want to check and see if I can cut the IV yet. I don't know if I can cut it until episode 2, honestly. But we'll give it a look. So in D4's files, there's a lot of placeholder graphics for some characters. One of the characters was a guy named Lysander. Lysander was supposed to be the head of the BPD, and he was going to be a key character in Season 2. There's also graphics for Willy. Willy is the Dalmatian from Deadly Premonition 1 and 2. And he's the key to all this. Willy is the key to all this in the SWERYverse. But allegedly Willy was supposed to show up in the game. He does show up as a cameo, I believe, in the beginning of episode 2. There's a slight cameo to Willy. He appears as a statue. So yeah, we were at 5 health. That brings us back up to 8, and I think David should be in better shape now. Yeah, he doesn't have all of his bruises, so no more battle damage. Let's go check on Amanda. What do we got in our shop? Since we're nearing the 3-hour mark in the stream, let's go ahead and buy as many presents as we can for Amanda so we can see the dance. I would like to see the dance on stream because it's really funny. Plus 25. I don't know if I'll have enough money for it, but we'll give it a try. And that's plus 60. And we just need a cranberry jerky. That's not the dance. There's an even better one.
She looks happier than ever. I've never seen this side of her before.
Happy kitten. Alright, so yeah, we're just gonna spam it. We gotta get 400. I don't know if I have the money to do it, but we're gonna try. We should be able to just squeak by. Pun intended. Hey, does this game have any relations to D series from Kenji Ino? No, but thank you. I'm glad you like the Dreamcast videos. That's early, Hikiko. I'm not even sure that Kenji Ino and SWERY ever met. All right, here we go. We'll just buy one more. We almost didn't make it, but now we can see the Amanda dance. Here we go. Okay, I can't do the anti-gravity lean with the squirrels. I don't have the special shoes. There it is.
Is that for me?
There you go. And take that present. The Kung Fu Star set, and you got an 80% discount. But let's see if I can even afford anything, because I spent most of my money on Amanda. Whatever the most expensive thing is, we'll try and do that. Let's see if we can get the leather jacket there. Oh, I can't afford the biker jacket. Dang it. That's what I want to get, for real. Hey, we got a super chat from PT Kyle, $4.99. Thank you, Kyle. PT Kyle says, been a minute. Love the outfit, bro. The Japan video was dope, by the way. Think someone somewhere, somehow will ever flesh out and finish this story? Take care, says PT Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate that. I'm glad you mentioned that. Will somebody finish the story of D4 Season 2? Well, I did my best to kind of piece it together in my video, so if you haven't seen it, please go watch my SWERY files on Dark Dreams Don't Die. The devastating drama of Dark Dreams Don't Die. But as far as will anyone finish it, I got news for you. The story is finished. SWERY has a script for Season 2, and he got mad at me for mentioning this, but I'm gonna tell the story because it's related. So back during the Good Life campaign, The Good Life, SWERY did a Reddit AMA, which is always a mistake going on Reddit, but he did it. And somebody had asked him, will you ever finish D4 Season 2? And he goes, how about this? If the Good Life campaign gets 1,200 backers, or something like that, it was like 1,000 backers or something, I will release the script for D4 Season 2. He made that promise in his AMA, and the Good Life blew past that goal. And I thought it was really funny that he just never released the script. And I thought it was funny, okay? Just to kind of hold that cliffhanger out in front of us forever, the forever cliffhanger. And my buddy David quote tweeted me and tagged SWERY in it, where I laughed. I was like, yeah, he never released it. Oh, well, you know, that was my tweet. And SWERY blocked me for a period in time. He forgot he did it, and he eventually unblocked me, and we're cool. We are cool now. We are cool. But D4 is a very touchy subject for SWERY. I don't know why. He should be absolutely proud of this game. It is the best Kinect game. Not a high bar, I know, but it's an amazing Kinect game, and you get used to it over time. You kind of get the flow of things and the characters and the detail. Like, even if you don't play it with the Kinect and you just play it on PC or just with a controller, just looking around the world, observing things, like the little idiosyncratic nature of a SWERY experience is fully on display. There's so much detail in this world. Literally, bar none, I think this is his most detailed game. If Deadly Premonition didn't exist, honestly, Deadly Premonition is a pretty fleshed out world, but this comes as close. So if you love Deadly Premonition, also it's canon to Deadly Premonition. D4 takes place in between 1 and 2. Maybe concurrently with 2. I'm not... I have to check the timeline, but I think it takes place before 2. And I talk about it in the Deadly Premonition 2 SWERY files and the D4 SWERY files. So if you want to know more, I do my deep dive into both of those. SWERY ban Hikiko for telling the truth. Yeah. That seems to be a reoccurring theme in my life. They hated him because he told the truth. I don't think we're going to see it on the stream, but what's behind that door is our connection to Deadly Premonition 2. It confirms the link between the worlds. But yeah, if you want to know more and spoil it for yourself, watch my SWERY files on D4. But I'd recommend you play the game. The game is like literally 3 hours if you rush through it. Probably around 7 or 8 hours if you just take in all the details. And you're going to want to play it twice. So you have all the things in mind for the subsequent playthrough. But play through it. Play through Deadly Premonition 2. Then go watch my SWERY files. And, I mean, maybe Deadly Premonition 2 is a little optional if you ask me. But, because there's like only a couple of nods. But they're substantial enough. Let's get our fortunes for the night.
He who does not fear change will be the first to evolve.
Indeed.
A person who picked themselves up quickly is stronger than one who never falls.
That's honestly close to home to SWERY and his philosophy. There's a quote that I use at the very beginning of my D4 video. It's from SWERY. SWERY says, Japan is a nation known for suicide. And he goes, instead of killing yourself, try again. It's just like a simple little affirmation by SWERY, but it really, he didn't give up. I'll tell one more SWERY story for those of you who don't know the background of D4. But when I first started my channel about 10 years ago, D4 came out, and I bought an Xbox One and Kinect specifically for this game. I had no interest in any other games except for like maybe Scalebound, but we all know what happened with that. But I went out to a pawn shop in my town, and they just so happened to have one Xbox One and Kinect. Somebody had traded it in. This is like, 5 months after launch. They just weren't sold on it. And I bought it for real cheap. And I bought it specifically for D4 Dark Dreams Don't Die. And I waited. I was so hyped because It was around the time that the Telltale games, so we're in story mode here, so we'll get close to the camera. D4 came out around the time of the Telltale games, and I think just before Life is Strange, when all these adventure games were getting a new resurgence. And in my mind, I thought D4 was the best of the bunch. It had everything I wanted. It had comedy, it had great drama, wacky QTEs and stuff. Like, even though like you're waving your arms around and being silly, it's in theme with the character, it's in theme with the world of the game. And that was SWERY's intention with the Kinect, why he chose the Kinect, because he wanted you to connect with David Young and his plight through sensory replication, meaning that when you pantomime David's moves, you would feel closer to him. And a lot of you might be sitting here thinking that's a load of bullshit. It's just the Kinect, you're waggling your arms around. But 10 years ago, when I first played this, I have footage of it. There's footage on my channel, the first time I ever played D4. And I was swept away by the gimmick. I loved, slamming the tequila shot down. I loved doing the wild QTEs and really experiencing like how beautifully crafted this small little world. This is just David's apartment, but it's so meticulous and detailed that it won me over. The soundtrack, incredible. And one thing, SWERY got interviewed by a company called Toko Toko TV. I believe they're called Archipel now. But a crew interviewed him, and at the very beginning of this interview, they put out a warning, a drinking warning, because SWERY is drinking in every shot of this interview. Like he's crawling through 3 different bars. And he said that when he was developing D4, he noticed that his energy levels were just tapping out. He'd get tired and frustrated when he was making this game. So he went to the doctor, and the doctor said, well, SWERY, you have what we call reactive hypoglycemia. And so in order for him to keep his energy level up, he had to constantly eat, just like David. And so like it was like one of those serendipitous things, like where he was developing the stamina system for D4 in the same manner as he was living his life. So the character of David Young is like a reflection of SWERY at the time, but also David Young is a raging alcoholic. And I'm not dogging on SWERY because he's a sober king now. But at the time of D4's development, SWERY was also pretty much a raging alcoholic. And I think he'd admit to as much. Okay, I'm not just telling stories out of school here. But SWERY, he had a falling out with Access Games where he kind of stopped development because of his health issues and stuff. And Access Games were kind of upset with him because he wasn't coming back to work on the game. And the rumors, there's 2 sides to the story. Access Games said that SWERY wouldn't come in and work on the game, and SWERY said that it was more of a funding issue. And I kind of believe it's a little bit of both. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle, because Microsoft, if you didn't know, Dark Dreams Don't Die released at the worst possible time in Xbox history. It was when the Kinect was forced, the always online DRM, the PlayStation 4 released for $100 cheaper. Everyone is jumping ship over to Sony. And here you have D4, a game that was emblematic of all the worst things of Microsoft. It's a digital-only game, unfortunately. You can't get a physical copy of it. You can get a GOG release. They eventually did release a DRM-free version, but never released physically. Has that reputation that Kinect stank all over it. So people didn't give it a chance. The game sold like shit. It was eventually released on Games with Gold, but the game never made its money back, never made enough money to help fund Season 2. They were in mid-development of Season 2. There exists some screenshots, a little bit of footage of Season 2 is out there, but I believe they didn't get far enough to like materialize it. And they tried one more Hail Mary, and the last Hail Mary for D4 was the PC release. And by that time, SWERY had just announced his retirement from the games industry. So he didn't retire fully, thankfully. He took a couple of years off, and then he developed The Missing and went independent. But SWERY, unfortunately, there's a lot of bad blood between him and Access Games. So I believe it's either Microsoft or Access Games that own the IP, and one of them has to relinquish it. I think it may be Access Games, but I don't think they are going to relinquish it. So that's the unfortunate truth of what happened to Season 2. It didn't sell well. SWERY was going through some shit at the time. Burned bridges with his old developer, went independent, all that stuff. It's a comedy of errors, we'll say. But that's it. That's the story for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I love this game. I think about it. I play it once a year. It's a short enough sit, but it's a great game. If you have an Xbox One and you see one at a thrift store, pick up a Kinect. Give it a try. It's worth trying out once. It's a little wacky, but it's a wonderful game. Great soundtrack. Give the soundtrack a listen. But thank you so much for everyone who showed up tonight. It's wonderful. We went into overtime. So we got a 3-hour stream tonight to close out this great month of cool streams. I got a new video coming out on Cinco de Mayo. I think you might know what it's going to be, but it's another continuation of a series I've been covering, an investigation I've been doing on the channel. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you all. I had so much fun. Spreading the love of D4 once again. If you got any questions, this is it. This is the last moment to get them in because we're going to wind things down. Old Hikiko's got to eat some dinner. I haven't eaten, but it's okay. We're talking D4, one of my favorite subjects. So 5 de Mayo, hell yeah. Hella yeah, Ed, hella yeah. If you look over here, right in front of David, it's kind of hard to see because he's blocking it, but there's a statue of Willie from Deadly Premonition there. Thanks for the stream, says Crankistanos. Thank you for showing up. Gunpla, till next week. Good night, Hikiko. Good night, Gunpla. Good night. We got Smeem Boy in here, always in here. Frog Minutes. We got you Baobab. I saw Sand and Sense. Thank you for all the super chats. We had great support. 10 super chats tonight. Smash the goal. Ed says, any recent under-the-radar recommendations, things you've been playing lately? Promise Mascot Agency. I played that on one of the streams this month. I just beat that. Fantastic game. I'm going to start up a file on this game called Don't Look Outside. Or Look Outside? Is it Don't Look Outside or Look Outside? It's a Lovecraftian horror that was recommended to me, so I'm going to check it out. I love it when people recommend me indie games because the Steam Deck keeps me in the loop. I absolutely recommend a Steam Deck. You can play D4 on the Steam Deck, by the way. I don't think I mentioned this, but D4 runs at 60 frames, 1080p on the Steam Deck. Beautifully. Plays beautifully. Look at Kaysen over here, looking like a goon. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Move along, sir. Move along, sir. Thanks for the stream. It's great, says Chili J. Okay, is that everyone? Glad to see you all. Till next time, everyone. The world's biggest D4 fan right here. Once again. Showing up. He showed up. He showed up this week. He dressed up for the occasion. He was in character for like 70% of it. We're showing love for D4. We're never going to forget D4. For as long as there's air in these lungs, I'm going to keep looking for D. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Shout out to the archive. Shout out to everyone who made it this far. If you made it this far, leave a comment down below. Say, I made it this far. Say clam chowder. Clam chowder is the secret code word. See you next time.